the Pisces. Cast my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hi Scorpio, welcome to your November reading and happy birthday. I know that's what you guys don't want to hear. I know you guys don't want to hear that right now, but it is your birthday, Scorpio. The sun has been in Scorpio for the first half of November, all the way up until I believe the 22nd. And that's when that Sagittarius energy will roll in. And let me just tell you guys, I was terrified to start your reading for some reason. I keep it real, especially with Scorpios. I'm always very honest with Scorpio energy. And yes, I was quite terrified to begin your reading for some reason. I think it's just all the energy going on, and I can feel it as a Pisces. I feel Scorpio energy very intensely. But your energy does have a lot to do with fears, Scorpio. This whole season has been about that, about facing your fears. You're ruled by Pluto, right? You're also ruled by Mars. Those are two very face your fears kind of planets. So that's what I eventually had to do. Just hit record and start your video, because I kind of realized that there's really no way to prepare for this kind of energy. You know, there's no way to prepare for death or transformation. You know, you just have to ease your way into it, and you're either ready or you're not. So I am hearing that, Scorpio. You're either ready or you're not. You know, and that can go for all of us. We're either ready for Scorpio season or we weren't. You know, there could be something that you're either ready for, Scorpio, or you're not. You know, so I just kind of sat here. Another interesting thing is that I felt the need to clean this space. I've been needing to clean my incense holder for a very long time. And then for some reason, I think it was very significant that I started to like scrub my incense cleaner. I cared about the purity. You're my first video, Scorpio, that I'm doing this month. You're my first sign that I'm recording for November. And yeah, I felt the need to. It was interesting. I thought of you because I took a baby wipe and I just started scrubbing this incense holder and all the ash. So there is something here about scrubbing the ash away. Scorpio is all about ash. You know, you guys are the phoenix bird, which rises from the ashes into a reborn state. So I just wanted to tell you, you know, even the preparation for your video is quite intense. So I'm really interested in what's coming up. I already shuffled the cards, and I made sure that the death card, which is your ruling tarot card, Scorpio, was on the bottom of the deck. And when I put the cards down, this card slid and revealed, well, I'll just show you, revealed the Magician. So this is the energy that's right behind you in November, Scorpio, with all this stuff going on, all these transformations, all these deaths and rebirths, all this intense, deep, purging energy. It's you who's got the magic. You are the magician this month, Scorpio. You've got everything you need this month for anything that you may manifest. This is Virgo, Gemini energy, so some of you guys can be dealing with those signs. But even as I said that, it's almost as if my spirit rejected that, because this is about you, not any signs that you're dealing with. This is about a magical death. That's what the Magician and the Death card are saying to me right now, a magical death. And we even have the Potion card right behind the Magician and the Ace of Wands. So there's some huge manifesting, Scorpio, that's going on. We do have the Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords, though. So, you know, taking back everything that was stolen from you and then some. But lots of manifestation, even throughout the confusion. That's one thing I really like about Scorpio season, is that all water signs are confusing, right? This is the card of confusion and being overwhelmed with options. But Scorpio to me is like the least confusing water sign, because you guys are stable and you're fixed. Now you're very mysterious. This is a very mysterious realm here, but it's my Potion card. So we've got potions and magic. Maybe this is some black magic going on here to me. Some black magic here, but I see this as a magical death. And I do very much see that For some reason, this card is not coming up as confusion to me in your reading. You're not confused, Scorpio. You know exactly what you want. You know, deep down, you really do. You know what cup would really satisfy you emotionally. You know what would really, really be something that you need right now. Okay, but this is the card of lots of options. Okay, there's at least seven cups there filled with different opportunities. All of these cups, it's like different alcohols, you know, different mixtures. Each potion is going to cause a different reaction, but you're manifesting. With the Magician and the Ace of Wands, you're manifesting through the confusion this month. And you have the Magician right behind you. So I just wanted to show you that. I wasn't sure if I was going to do that, but it's like Spirit wanted me to, because I put the cards down and boop, Death just slid up, and we have Death and the Magician. So you, Scorpio, are the Magician of Death. You know, you guys, at least your vibration in the universe. I know all Scorpios are different, but there's a reason why you are the 8th house of intimacy, death, transformation. And to me, in astrology, Scorpios know certain secrets to death, right? You guys know how to transform, how to come out of the darkness and make it light, right? So just know that there's some magical stuff going on this month, even though there's a lot of anger that I can feel, even though there's a lot of sadness that I can feel through you guys. You know, lots of different emotions, but this is your time to become reborn. So, you know, that's just kind of what I'm getting intuitively, but I do want to shuffle for you guys and see what's going on. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do these videos this month, but I'm going to just go with it. I'm going to try to get 4 cards up top, 4 cards on the bottom to clarify, and that'll be 8, right? You guys are the 8th sign, so I want to work with the number 8 this month, because you guys are the 8th house. So we're going to try to get an 8 card spread. Okay, so this is for Scorpio Spirit for November 2018. Scorpio reading, November 2018. What's coming up for Scorpio? The fixed water sign. Whoa. Okay, first card out is that potion card we were talking about. So this is relevant, Scorpio. All these different emotions, all these different options. The 7 of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the 8 of Pentacles right now. So you're working really hard on alchemy. You know, you're working on the options that you have. To me, that's what that means. You may have a lot of options when it comes to work. But for you, at the end of the day, you're just waiting on your ships to come in. Because the 3 of Wands, you've already made some kind of decision. Whether you've made it passionately or just inside your mind, you've already made your mind up. And it's for this new beginning. I think a lot of you guys are waiting on a new beginning. But nonetheless, we have this 7 of Cups coming out. So it's interesting. I was talking about Scorpio and how you guys are the least confusing water sign. Now we have the 9 of Swords. I kind of figured this card would come out for Scorpio. Lots of mental anxiety over these different options. It could be dealing with an Aquarius individual, or maybe this has something to do with faith. Maybe it has something to do with new faith and new love. Maybe there's a new love Aquarius coming in. I do see the 4 of Wands. So, you know, there's some kind of message of love coming in, Scorpio. It could be from a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, because we have the 8 of Wands. So, for those of you who have been feeling trapped and like you're in prison, like you can't see, you can't move, you can't find your way forward, you know, lots of mental anxiety, Scorpio. And it might be because you're waiting on some kind of message, especially from a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. But if you're not waiting on a fire sign, you're waiting on something that you're passionate about, okay? Because the Queen of Wands, she's a passionate woman, okay? But there's a lot of passionate messages in November. At some point in November, there's a passionate message. And it could have to do with a home environment or a marriage, a commitment, some kind of celebration. But the bottom of the deck for the 9 of Swords was the Star card and the Ace of Cups. So there might be a love that you still have faith in, Scorpio, especially if you're dealing with an Aquarius, but it doesn't have to be Aquarius. Aquarius is the inspiration card. So it's like, at this point, you need new love to inspire you because you're going through a lot of confusion and anxiety. So you need new love to inspire you. The Ace of Cups is a potential opportunity for a new beginning emotionally. I see a lot of pouring going on here, a lot of water. So there could be just, you know, you may need to really emotionally release, Scorpio. Especially if you're losing faith in something. And it's so interesting, right when we're about to lose faith in everything, especially us water signs, this new love comes in, right, at some point in November that restores faith and healing. These are two very healing cards as well. So whatever this Nine of Swords is about, it could be linked to an Aquarius or a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio like yourself, or it could be emotion. I do see a lot of emotional anxiety here. Okay, and someone who's losing faith, but some kind of cup comes in, some kind of emotion comes in to restore that in November. But yes, emotional anxiety over all these different options. What do I want? What do I want now? What cup do I want? So let's keep going for Scorpio. What is going on for Scorpio in November 2018? The fixed water sign in the 8th house of our universe. Okay, 2 cards coming out. Yes. So bottom of the deck is the Tower, you guys. So at some point in November, there can be some kind of breaking down. I mean, what do you expect, Scorpio? You know, your season is about the destruction of something before the rebuild period. You know, before you can rebuild something, you have to destroy the old. You have to let the old crumble. This is just like the caterpillar butterfly thing. This is just like death and rebirth. So I do see this sometimes as a Scorpio energy, even though I think it's Mars. This card is the ruling card of Mars. But yeah, the Tower is just a sudden shock. You know, you're not going to see this lightning coming. And it's going to come and destroy something that's been built on a false foundation. Whether that's a relationship or a job or a home environment. So that's the bottom of the deck right now. And then the 2 cards that are coming out is the 7 of Pentacles and the 6 of Cups. So again, another waiting energy. I did sense that you guys were waiting on some kind of ship to come in, which is basically a way of saying you're waiting on something that you can see. And as a water sign, you're able to feel it, you know, but you may not have the physical proof yet, but you're able to feel that something's about to happen. This card talks about someone who's taking a break from hard work. You know, I feel like Scorpios have been working very hard, you know, and a lot of you have been in deep hiding. Like, you know, some of your friends and family members may not know what's going on with you, because some of you may take some sort of period in November to kind of hide away and keep a lot of your feelings toward yourself. I mean, it's a really interesting thing when the sun goes into Scorpio, because there's a lot of light that is shed on the shadows of our world, okay? And then that, you know, it's kind of like what I just saw in my mind is when you shine a light in an area that's been dark, like those bugs, they scurry, right? Maybe like some bats or something, they scurry, because the light kind of like scares them or shocks them away. So I feel that is what happened to you, Scorpio, when the sun came into your sign. You know, you just had to scurry, and then you found a new hiding place. But yeah, this is an energy of waiting. And we've had 2 messages come up about waiting for love already. So there's something here that maybe there's some work here coming up from the past, because we do have this with the 6 of Cups, Scorpio. This is a soulmate energy. Somebody from your past, something from your past. But this is the energy. This is a Scorpio card. I mean, 6 of Cups is the Sun in Scorpio card. So this is your energy. Very nostalgic, right? That's why Scorpio season can sometimes bring up really old things from the past, because they're not truly dead. They're just asleep, you know? So there is something here about someone or something from your past, some kind of energy. It could involve children. But this is the soulmate card, and it's a nostalgic energy. So childhood energy, energies from your past. And there could be something you're working on from the past. There could be something you're waiting on to return from the past. But whatever it is, you know, you're in this period of waiting, like, I wonder if this can still grow. I wonder if these seeds are still alive. Okay, so we had those 2 cards come out together. So I would say these are your first 4 cards, Scorpio. 6 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, and 7 of Cups. So we have 2 sevens here surrounding this 9 of Swords. So to me, I've been informed spiritually the number 7 is the number of completions in the Bible. My sister, who was a very religious woman, informed me of that. So there can be some anxiety, Scorpio, loss of sleep, insomnia, nightmares even. Maybe there's some kind of nightmare that isn't coming to an end. You know, when will this nightmare end? That's what I'm hearing. When will this end? When will this nightmare end? This is the dream realm. So it's really interesting that you have, because this man, he's a silhouette, you know, so he's a man of darkness. Like, can't really see who this man or woman is because they're in a spiritual realm. This is like a Pisces energy, very dream-like energy. This is completely another realm, and that's why he's kind of shocked. You can see by the way his hand is that he's really shocked at this cloudy realm. See, there's a lot of confusion here with all the clouds, and it's emotional confusion which is causing anxiety. But yeah, and then the next card you have is the nightmare card. So if you guys have had any significant dreams, now I'll tell you what, I had a nightmare today. Well, it wasn't a nightmare, but I had a pretty scary. I've been having nightmares and weird dreams for the past week. I mean, even weirder than normal. So if you guys have any nightmares or any significant dreams that you wake up from, you guys are really intuitive this month. Okay, there's going to be certain things that you can see clearly with the sun in your sign. So just keep that in mind if you're having any sleep troubles or any significant dreams, especially if it's about someone from your past. If you're dreaming about anyone from your past, if there's any emotion coming back up from someone in the past, then that could definitely be some kind of intuitive message there, because we have a significant energy of a dream here, a nightmare realm. So, you know, there's some anxiety coming up emotionally, which can manifest in our dreams, okay? And then this tower here, and then, wow, the card right underneath the tower was the Hermit. Some of you are dealing with a Virgo, and I know a few Scorpios that are dealing with Virgo energy. So maybe there's something that is falling down with this Virgo for some of you guys, for sure. This is a false foundation with a Virgo. Some of you could have Virgo friends that are going through something, but this tower is linked to the Hermit. Now, if you're not dealing with a Virgo, the Hermit card is also talking about being in solitude. So this is a really interesting energy I'm feeling for some of you. You feel like things are falling apart and you're all alone. You know, things are falling apart, but you don't care because you're just going to go isolate yourself. You know, like I said, Scorpios are kind of in hiding right now, and it's because you guys know what the hell's going on. Scorpios are very smart, so you guys know, oh hell no, this is a season of destruction. I'm going to hide. I'm isolating myself. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to really speak because it's about what I already know with my own wisdom here with this lantern. The Hermit card is very wise energy. But underneath the Hermit, we have the Three of Swords. So if you are dealing with a Virgo, things have finally fallen. They're crumbling down, and then we have this broken heart. So I don't know if some of you broke a Virgo's heart or if a Virgo broke your heart, but we have a heartbreak and destruction linked around this Hermit. And if it's not a Virgo, this is you feeling isolated, Scorpio, and you're in your solitude. This is a very singular, alone energy. Some of you guys are literally dealing with the destruction of your heart, like you're dealing with a broken heart, betrayal, you know, and you're dealing with it all on your own because the Hermit is, again, an isolated energy. Now, the Three of Swords, to me, I always want to mention that sometimes this is a indication that we need to talk, we need to speak from our heart. It could be dealing with a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius as well, because this is air energy. Maybe it's an air sign with Virgo on their chart, or vice versa, Scorpio. But the main general message here is heartbreak and destruction, and, you know, having to isolate yourself. If you hurt a Scorpio, when a Scorpio is hurt, or if you betray a Scorpio, before that revenge period comes in, before you guys get obsessed basically with revenge and stinging back, you guys isolate yourself. So this is a very Scorpio energy. Isolating yourself, like only a Scorpio could be alone during a tower moment. You guys would rather handle your pain and your destruction on your own, even if it's in your own heart. So that is a message coming up here. Some of you guys are single now, you know, and being very secretive. But this was on the bottom of the deck, this Hermit. This was the Three of Swords there. Some of you guys are really dealing with isolated hearts. I feel a very alone energy. And it's interesting. Alone, alone, alone. And then until someone comes back from your past, a childhood sweetheart or someone who you know is a soulmate. And, you know, also for others of you, your children are like your best friends this month. You know, because this is a child energy. Okay, the Six of Cups is a child energy. So some of you guys are alone, alone, and alone, and it's your children that are keeping you going. Okay. So let's see. Let's try to get 4 more cards, and then I'll see, you know, what's going on as far as the full picture here. All right. So that Hermit card wanted to come back out. This Virgo is definitely here, and we're going to put that Virgo, or the Hermit, I should say, underneath this Six of Cups. I'm sorry, the Seven of Cups. So that some of y'all are confused over Virgo. Now here's the Scorpio energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, Queen of Cups, which I see as Scorpio. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Moon. So some of you could be dealing with a Pisces. Others of you could be dealing with a Cancer. But this is emotion, Scorpio. I mean, you guys had a new moon this month. So that new moon, to me, this is sometimes a new moon energy because we have the sun and the moon here. Lots of secretive energy, right, Scorpio? Very hidden. The moon controls what's hidden. It's a dark energy, right? The nighttime. Another subconscious energy, which would hint at your dreams, okay? So it came out with the Hermit and the Queen of Cups. So you guys are very alone emotionally this month. And I think that some of you want to be alone emotionally. Others of you are really sad and having a lot of anxiety over that. But it's kind of working out in your favor. Because come on now, Scorpio. You guys know when you get a lot of intense emotion that you like to isolate yourself anyway. So keep that in mind. Even if you're on the end of things where people around you are making you feel alone and it's more of a sad energy, just know that it's all happening so the universe, you know, the universe is causing these things so that you can be pushed into isolation. And I think what's going on, Scorpio, is the whole cocoon thing, you know. This is a time of death and transformation. And I said in one of my last videos that it's better to heal in isolation, right? That caterpillar cocoons in that shell for a reason. So, yeah, I feel that you guys are very emotionally isolated, maybe even keeping some things a secret or dealing with a Pisces energy or Cancer. A lot of water sign energy present. Behind the moon is the Three of Pentacles, which is a teamwork situation, and then that Tower again. So some of you guys could, on top of everything else going on, you could even be dealing with job situations falling apart or just things falling apart that are no longer working together. Like there may be a situation of 3 where something is no longer working out, so things fall apart. If you remember, if your job is a false foundation, that could be falling apart. Maybe there's secrets at work or something like that come crumbling down. And then we have Sagittarius. So we do have Sagittarius and Pisces here. If you can see that Temperance and the Moon on each end. Well, that would be Jupiter, because Sagittarius and Pisces are both ruled by Jupiter. And Jupiter has been in Scorpio for the last year, but now it's back home in Sagittarius. And I wanted to mention to you guys how that could be a good thing. Because I feel like it was what it was. Like Jupiter in Scorpio was what it was. Like it helped you guys in certain ways. But in other ways, it expanded a creature such as yourself, Scorpio, that likes to have secrets, likes to be in the darkness. Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system. So you guys really weren't able to hide for the last year. You can't hide from Jupiter. He's the big giant in the sky. So it brought a lot of fortune to you guys over the last year, which is great. But I think Scorpio is silently and secretly happy that Jupiter is out of their sign, because you guys can go back to now when the sun enters Sagittarius. The sun will also be leaving you guys. So everything will go to your second house of finances and stuff and work. And so when the sun leaves your sign at the end of the month, you'll really feel like you can head back into the shadows, Scorpio. And as a water sign, I totally understand that. And I just want you guys to know that this 10 of Pentacles is showing up for you guys right there with that Temperance. So there could be something in your career that pops off in Sagittarius season. Now, other things are going to have to fall apart because of that. I do see certain career changes. And also, this is all this is all because of the shadows. This is all started because of the moon, right? So we do have maybe this is a secret third party for some of you guys. Maybe it's a Pisces Cancer energy. But yeah, the Three of Pentacles sometimes is a third party. But to me, that's a teamwork energy. So if someone isn't working with you, the Tower is going to come and knock all that down. All right, now we have your last two cards, Scorpio. We have the Six of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Some of you are with earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Some of you guys are leaving water signs and getting with earth signs. In the bottom of the deck is that Three of Wands that we saw. So you are waiting for something, Scorpio, and it is that new beginning. These two cards stuck together this whole time. So you guys are just waiting for your ships to come in. There's like a ship that's coming to pick you guys up, probably at the end of November, and this is going to be a new beginning. You're just waiting for a sign of faith, and it could be with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or maybe this is a conversation, right? But this is an intellectual man in a new beginning, right? I just think Scorpio is really just waiting on a new beginning, right? You're just waiting on, that moment, waiting for the green light, and then you're gone, okay? But yeah, and it's interesting. This is you're waiting for your ships to come in, because we see the ships here, and I do feel like someone is coming to pick Scorpio up, or maybe you, but we have this ship card here. So there is some movement. Like, you guys are really getting picked up by some kind of, I don't know if that's a metaphor, if it's literally, if you guys like literally get in a boat or get in a car and never return, and you're just waiting for that ship. Like, there might be someone on the way to you. And if that's true, Scorpio, you're probably going to be able to feel that. But I do see that some of you guys are leaving behind these deep emotional realms. You're actually coming out of emotional isolation, because that has caused a lot of anxiety. That's caused a lot of, rocky waters. This card is all about moving on to something that's more emotionally stable. This reminds me of Scorpio, because you can see where these people are headed is a lot more calm. There's actually a foundation back there, and the waters are really still, right? That, to me, Scorpio is still waters, because you guys are the fixed water sign. But the Queen of Cups, which would be you or another water sign, lots of ripply emotion there, because there is a need, Scorpio, to balance your emotion this month, because the Queen of Cups is like really nurturing. So you guys could have been spending time alone to balance your emotions, especially during this time of year where everything's so intense. I do see for some of you, you're leaving behind, some kind of emotional situation in order to get to something more stable, whether that's your foundation, whether that's a new job for some of you. The King of Pentacles represents all of that. He is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn too, male or female. So you guys could be, really headed towards something more realistic, because it looks as if right here you've already dealt with all these emotions. You've went through so much emotionally. We already started off with that, right? We started off this message with a bunch of emotion and anxiety because of that emotion. But there's still something here that you're waiting to see. You're like waiting to see if you should put more work into this, because you're reflecting on your hard work in all senses of the ways. Job, relationships, family. I think you're waiting. Maybe there's some anxiety connected to that. Like, gosh, I really just don't know if this is worth it. Because this man, he wants to know if his labor has been worth it. Like, this is his crop, okay? And he's looking at everything that has grown and everything that hasn't grown. Makes sense, Scorpio, because your season is all about destroying what isn't worth it, what isn't pure, what isn't, aligned with you. So there's a time in November where you do really try to assess, like, how much have I put into this? How much work, labor, and effort have I put into this? And is it worth it to continue putting this much labor, effort into this? He's really pausing. This is kind of a harvest energy. So maybe you're thinking about something like, how much of this have I gained since the fall time, right? This is the fall time. So, like, I'd say, October, November, you're looking at, what has grown and what hasn't, because winter's coming, right? So that's the first row of the cards. I really see that message here, that there are a lot of different options for you, Scorpio. There's an option filled with a home environment. There's an option filled with knowledge. There's an option. These are all paths, basically, that you can take in your subconscious. There's a path that's filled with nice jewelry and, gold and just, riches, basically. There's a path filled with knowledge. I'm just looking at all these different cups here. But the main message here about this, Scorpio, is to know that not all that glitters is gold. And you know that because you know that you get down to the purest, purest, purest form of something. So it's all about, kind of deciding which one of those cups. So you might have some anxiety over a choice. And it's like before you can make this choice, I know it's keeping you up at night and that you've lost a lot of sleep because of this. And it's probably because you're not regretting, but you're kind of just thinking back to all the hard work you put into this. Like, I put so much work into this, and now I'm just confused. I can't make my mind up. And this is all over something that it's like something that is a cycle that is over. Because even the 9 of Swords is very close to the 10 of Swords. So sometimes I feel like this woman is having anxiety over that last sword that needs to be stabbed into her heart. Something that's really painful. It's a painful ending. You may be really coming to terms with, my hard work was wasted type of thing. But, Scorpio, the work that you did put into something, you will see the benefit in the reward. This is a reward card, So for those of you who put the work in, you will see the reward of that. For those of you who did it, you will be in this regretful energy. And I do see that this has something to do with someone from the past, or something to do with your children. Okay? Maybe it's someone who walked away before from you and a child. But the 6 of Cups is very nostalgic. So this could be something that you're wondering, can I still put my effort into this even though it's from my past? This is such a Scorpio card. Some of you guys could have a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn coming back from your past this month. Some of you are either leaving a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you're headed towards a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's going to be different for all of you because I just see that you're headed more towards Earth though. There's some movement here between this queen. We have a queen and a king here. So this could be a couple, a water sign woman and a male sign earth sign, but they're not facing each other. So that might be why there's some traveling, there's some leaving going on, whether it's to or from. There's an emotional person who has turned his or her back on a person who is not so emotional. This person does a lot of working. They do a lot of logical thinking. This King of Pentacles is not always emotionally open. So if this is you, Scorpio, and if you were dating a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, that could definitely, you could be emotionally separating yourself, even traveling away from this person. And it's all to get to a more stable environment, okay? Because there's some emotional isolation. Now here we have a water sign woman who is trying to speak to this Virgo, but the Virgo's back is turned, So some of you guys could be dealing with a Virgo, or you're dealing with emotional isolation. Some of you may turn your back on your own. This might be a time where you have to turn your back on your own emotions, Scorpio. You guys know how that is. Because our emotions as water signs keep us in situations, keep us standing here waiting to see if this is worth it. And I feel like some of you come to terms and realize that it's not, because the card right underneath that is the 6 of Swords. So you're moving. There's some emotional movement here. Some of you could be emotionally traveling on your own, or maybe with a child, because I do see a child in this boat here. So yeah, I definitely sense a lot of past energy. There could be a foundation from your past, so a living situation from your past, or even a job from your past, Scorpio, that may come up. A lot of you guys are traveling because of hard work. Like, there's some situation here where someone travels for work, I think, because we have the 7 of Pentacles and the 6 of Swords. So that's travel and that's hard work. But is it worth it? Some of you guys may have mental anxiety because of that. Because either you travel for work, or there's someone in the situation who's kind of left out on their own and has a lot of mental anxiety and can't really sleep at night. I see a lot of emotional aloneness, which I feel is for the best, even though I know it's causing a lot of pain for you guys. But I want you to keep in mind that, you are able to focus more on those intense emotions going on around this time of your birthday and all that. It's better, because if there's someone around you, their emotions could potentially, impact the scenario. when really it's all about you just really focusing right now on what it is that you want, Scorpio. So hopefully that helped. This seems to be your message for November, and I'll just kind of let you guys, think over this and let this apply however it applies to you guys. But the ultimate message here is you're just waiting for a ship to come in. This ship is filled with new people, new experiences, new beginnings, new emotion. And it may require some kind of leap of faith, Scorpio. You may need to jump into the unknown. You may risk your whole foundation for this. Could be an Aries some of you are dealing with or waiting on. But this is an energy that clearly states, I'm waiting for my new beginning. I see these ships coming. Some of you could be traveling across water or waiting to travel very far for this new beginning. And it's going to be, you guys might have a male sign, a male earth sign, and a male air sign. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, male coming in. That has something to do with this new beginning. But you're waiting on that. And it could be as early as December. I feel the next couple months. So hopefully that helps you guys. I always appreciate your comments and things like this. So let me know how this resonated with you. And, enjoy the rest of Scorpio season, you guys. From this point on, it's just more clarity. And some of that weight that you feel is going to let up, okay? So happy birthday once again, guys. And I'll talk to you in December.